Hello and welcome. My name is Jason, and today we're going to work ourselves through a nice gentle Hatha sequence for beginners, and it's going to be a full body tune-up. It'll be quick. We'll get into all the parts of the body, we'll get into the shoulders, we'll get into the hips, some spine, and then we'll settle down for a little bit of a Savasana, and we'll be ready to go for the rest of the day. Okay, so let's start in our child's pose. So we're going to come around, we're going to find our way onto our hands and knees. Now, being for the utmost beginners, you can take whatever posture feels right for you, okay? Any variation. You might feel that coming down to the forearms and just a little squat back into those heels, into the haunches. If that works to get this nice space in the back spine, nice flexion in the hips and the knees, that's great. If you have a bit more range of motion, you might squat right back down. You can bring your head to the floor. Maybe the hands are forward or maybe the hands come back. And we'll be here for just a few nice deep breaths, right? We're gonna let go any tension, neck and shoulders. Find some nice release there. All right, then from there we're going to come on up and we'll get some movement. So this little sequence is about getting as much movement in as many places, so even just a little bit of movement in lots of places in the body, okay? So right away we'll go into some cat and cow. So what we'll do is we'll lift the seated bones up, we'll drop belly down a little bit, roll the shoulders back, and then, people tend to want to stick their chin out a lot. Why don't we pull the chin in a bit and get that length in the back of the neck and pull the back of the skull up. There's a nice full, again, it's a nice extension throughout the thoracic spine, the lumbar spine, right up into the neck. And then we'll move from there. Again, nice big exhale here to go into your cat pose. So we're going to tuck the tail under. See if you can get some nice breadth across those shoulders, right? So the shoulder blades widen. You let that head drop down. We'll go moving now. So inhaling up through your cow, opening up, exhale, dropping down to cat. So, the hands firmly placed on the floor, the toes pushing down, and we're just finding our way into some nice spinal extension and flexion. Good. All right, now we're going to go for a little lateral extension flexion, which means we're just going to open out the side ribs a bit. So you're going to take, maybe this right shoulder forward a little bit, and then rather than dropping your seated bones too far to the right, we're just going to push this right hip back a little bit so we get that nice C shape on the spine. So just think of where the spine can go, extension, flexion, and then this nice curl to the side ribs, and then we'll go to the other side. And in fact, with the spirit of movement in mind, we're going from side to side. Good. All right, now we're going to put the whole movement, the whole range of motion of the spine in place. So from one side, go to your cat pose in the middle. Then go to the other side, and then go to your cow on the way through. So we're going for this nice, big, full range of motion. You get the shoulders moving as well. Go one direction, you can go the other. And if you like, just wiggle and move in any particular way that feels right. Yoga can be not just about the poses, but it can be about the nice juicy movement between the postures. All right, let's move it now into the shoulders a little bit. So we've got that spine nice and warm. So we'll just roll the shoulders out, okay? And then what you can do here, again, if you're feeling like the wrists are maybe a little sore, for sure you want to press into the fingers as much as you can, just so you're not pushing exclusively into the heels of the hands. That way you'll get a nice kind of tone up the arms. If that's not working, you can always come down to the forearms, something like that, okay? And we want to make sure that our feet, just like our hands, are firmly planted and nice and wide onto the mat. So you can get some stability if you tuck those toes under for sure, and that gets that nice space in the arches of the feet. Or alternatively, you can bring the tops of the toes, those toe knuckles to the floor. If you're there, spread the toes out and maybe you push the heels back a little bit, and that'll bring some tone again into the calves, a nice ankle strength there, build up those ankles, and again, offering lots of stability into our posture regardless of what the pose is. With the shoulders moving now, let's move the neck around. So big round motions, and you got lots of range of motion. You can bring your chin over to the right shoulder, you can look down, you can roll it around. So lots of nice movement here. Good, we'll go a little deeper into those shoulders and into the side body as well. take that right hand, and this is still out of your tabletop position, we'll take the right hand and you're kind of reaching forward, maybe even across or at least in front of that left hand. And when you do that, now we're working into that side body again. We're going to pull the right seated bones back. We're going to let that right shoulder draw down, and it should feel like this nice pull, this nice tension getting yanked down that right side of the body. Again, never, especially if you're new to yoga, there should never be anything that feels like pain. It should just feel good. And again, I think juicy is a good way to describe it. Nice and full. All right, we'll come to the other side. Lots of breathing here. We're going to reach that left arm over, get a nice full bit of breath into those left side ribs. Big breath in, big breath out. All righty. From here, we're going to come back up and we're going to work our way into our hips. So what we'll do is we'll just come around into the back body. We'll just take a few moments here on the back to just get used to being nice and wide and flat and deep into the back body. Good. In fact, maybe take a moment or two here to just relax. Find the breath. A huge part of our yoga is the breath, right? So we want to go long, deep, and slow into the belly, in and out. Good, so let's look at those hips for a bit. We're going to, from here, bend those knees, and you can bring them in towards the chest. So you're gonna pull on those knees towards the, even towards the shoulders, then you're gonna widen them out, and then we'll go knees towards the front. So we're just looking for a nice full range of motion into the ball and socket of those hips, okay? So we're switching directions, all right? You might even go, oh, yeah, egg beater them a little bit. Good. All right, from here, we're gonna go for a little bit of a happy baby. So we're gonna bring the feet up towards the ceiling, and then from there, what you're gonna do is lift those feet up so that you find your way into either the, you can grab onto those knees, the shins, you might even find a nice bend to those knees, grabbing onto the ankles if you can get them, no big deal. The knees are wide. You can also find maybe the feet, and if you roll around out here, it should feel pretty good. Nice, good. And then from there, we'll go into the front of the hips. Very basic posture, excellent pose, little back bend. It also puts together those hips. We're gonna bring those elbows, press them down to the floor, the shoulders push back, so you're nice and broad across the upper body. Take the back of the head and get a little bit of pressure down so that you get a little bit of that curvature, the tone in the neck. All right, and then from here, what we'll do is we'll just lift up nice and easy. Your knees are gonna press forward, almost like they're going over top of those, of the feet, over top of the toes. And then from here, what we'll do is rather than tucking the tail under, we'll just let your bum drop a little bit, right? And find that nice space as you press down into the elbows. Nice open chest here. Good. All right, we'll come back down from that and we'll scooch the bum over towards the right a little bit. And from here, you've got options. Some people like to roll over with that right knee more or less on top of that left knee. Now, if you want to go a little bit, some people like to straighten that left leg and roll that knee over. So what we're looking for is this nice open twist. Now, again, if you're a beginner and you haven't done a lot of this rotation, you don't need to go too far. You can always use a block underneath your knees, something like that. But we also want to have a little bit of extension, right? So rather than pulling the knee up towards the shoulder, you want to almost like open that chest out. You might want to reach that right arm out towards the right, probably looking over that right shoulder, and that'll bring the full spine, cervical spine, neck into that rotation as well. And of course, we're breathing. It's not yoga if we're not breathing. So big, deep inhale. And exhale. Let's take it to the other side. So moving slowly, there's no big rush. You want to find yourself at neutral, probably take your butt over to the left a little bit. And again, whatever your variation is here, we just want to find this nice rotation into that left side. Take a nice reach, find a few deep breaths. Good, good. And then back through center. Any last little bit of movement that makes you feel right, do it. And then we're just gonna take a tiny little Savasana. And Savasana is where we let ourselves settle back and feel the weight of the body into the floor, feel the release, right? You just wanna take any tension out of the neck, the shoulders. We want to find ourselves back in our breath again for a few easy inhales and exhales. All right, and we can be here for as long as you have, and otherwise, it's been great. We'll see you next time.